everyone, thanks for tuning in. Hope you're having a great day. Today's video is the first of my September series called Back to Basics. Pretty much I'm just going to do a chit chat of makeup products and just break it down to how to find said product, how to test it, how to wear it, how to use it, whatever, what brushes to use with it. So again, this will just be a chit chat type series. I'll just show you my favorite items and yeah, so I want to actually start off this first video with foundation, which is pretty much the first basic of when you're wearing makeup. Foundation really helps make or break your look, and there's just so many products that are out there for your skin type, for what you want from your foundation, what type of coverage. So it can be a little bit overwhelming, especially for those who are wearing makeup for the first time or you just want to learn more about foundation. So yeah. Foundation, you can wear it in light coverage, medium coverage, heavy coverage. It comes in forms of powders, creamed powders, mousse. It comes in liquid, which is pretty much very popular that a lot of people use on a daily basis. You can use tinted moisturizers, BB creams, CC creams, products that have SPF in it, some items that are waterproof, not waterproof. So I mean, there's a ton of products that are there for foundation. Foundation is based off of what your skin type is. So there are foundations that are out there that are meant for normal skin, dry skin, oily skin combo, sensitive. So that goes back to what your skincare routine is like. And usually when your skincare routine, you end it with moisturizing your face, which can be used as a primer. And some people, like myself, I go the extra mile and apply a foundation primer to really help my foundation stay on my face. Because I have combination oily skin, so my makeup tends to slip throughout the day, and a primer really helps make sure that everything is locked and loaded on my face. The primers that I like to use, there are a couple here that I have in my hand. The first one that I like to use this on clients because it has no SPF in it. And you have to realize that when you do wear a product that has SPF in it on your face, just be aware that if you take pictures, there will be a white flashback on your face. So when it comes to clients, I like to use a product that doesn't have SPF, and the one I'm talking about is from Smashbox. It's their Photo Finish Foundation Primer, and I tend to use the light oil-free one. Even though if you have dry skin or oily skin, like this tends to be really good for all types of skin types that are out there. Another primer that I like to use, I have enlarged pores, so if I don't wear a primer that hides my pores, my foundation will just seep into the pores, and it looks like a type of crater face. So the primer that I like to use, which I think everybody loves to use, is from Benefit Cosmetics. It's the Porefessional. It's oil-free. It has a very nice silky texture to it that when you apply it over your pores, it just really covers it, and it helps your makeup look slick and clean all day. Another primer that I have here I have redness all over my face, so I like to use a primer that helps even my skin before I apply a foundation. Because if I don't use something like that, then I use double amount of foundation, which I don't want, because I don't want my face to be feeling heavy, you know. So a primer that I like to use is from MAC. It's their MAC Prep and Prime Fortified Skin Enhancer Illuminator in Neutral. And an overall everyday primer that I actually really enjoy using, I actually combine this in my moisturizer. It's from Hourglass. It's their number 28 Primer Serum. This is hydrating and anti-aging. Now this is something that that people use if you have dry skin, but since I have oily skin, this actually helps control the oil on my face, and it's really silky smooth, and it has 28 ingredients in here that are actually really helpful for your skin and help making it feel youthful and hiding and reducing wrinkles and such. I mean, there's a big description on their website about what this primer can do, but this is godsend. I actually love this stuff. It is quite pricey, but for an everyday primer, it really does the job. So I actually enjoy using this a lot. I started off using a powder foundation back in the day, which is not really back in the day, but a few years ago I started using actually a mineral powder. I never ventured off to the creams or the whipped foundations because it was too intimidating. Even till now it's kind of intimidating for me. And then finally jumping into makeup, I use liquid. I use liquid all the time. And for my foundations, I like to use something that is actually medium coverage. For the summertime, when I do wear makeup, which I still do because we're at the end of the summer, but I still wear this all the time. I like to go for products like a BB cream or CC cream. I don't do the tinted moisturizers just because that just doesn't do anything for my face at all. So this summer I've been all about the CC cream because it's color correcting and it helps hide and reduce the redness, the acne scarring, and all that fun jazz. So the one I've been loving is the Smashbox Camera Ready CC Cream. I mentioned this in my monthly favorites video last month, and it's in the shade light to medium, and it's just like a BB cream where it helps moisturize your face, preps it, it primes it, it protects your face as well. But the great thing about this is that it's just color correcting, so it helps with those people who suffer from acne scarring, from redness, whatever. So this is really great, and it actually gives a good coverage for me. So I use this and I just put a powder on top and it's good to go. So that's a good foundation, or at least a alternative to a medium coverage foundation to be using. And so yeah, so moving on to the medium coverage foundations that have a little bit more coverage, that actually has more oomph to how you apply it on your face, and it's more buildable and such. The ones that I like to use, I have here on my lap. One of them that I enjoy using is from Mary Kay. It's a Time Wise Matte Wear Liquid Foundation in the shade Beige 8. I'm usually a Beige 8 in the summertime, Beige 7 in the wintertime, but this is really good for every day. And since I have oily skin, and I'm sorry for those who have dry skin out there because I don't have dry skin, so I'm not going to talk about any products that are for dry skin, but for those who have oily skin, this is great for a matte finish, because you don't want to use any foundations that will enhance the oiliness and enhance the shininess that you're trying to prevent on your face. So you definitely want to go for foundations that are matte, that has like no shine, nothing at all. The one that I enjoy using is from Joer. It's their Matte Moisture Tint SPF 15 in the shade Hazel. Another squeeze tube bottle. This is actually a little bit darker than the Mary Kay product, but again, this is matte wear. This actually has SPF in it. Mary Kay product does not have any, so it's good that it has some sun protectant in it for my face, and good coverage. All these foundations have like good medium coverages that I really like and that I enjoy. And another product here that I have is actually a waterproof foundation, and I want to say this is like medium to full coverage. It all just depends on the amount that I apply. This is from Makeup Forever. It's their Matte Velvet Plus foundation, and I have this in the shade 40. Now this is more of like my winter shade, because you can see it's completely different than my face. But waterproof, smudge proof, like this does not budge at all. I've worn these I've worn this product at festivals, and it just doesn't budge at all, which is awesome. So don't lose hope for those who want to wear like foundation when you go to the beach or you're going to the pool. Like, there are foundations that are out there that are waterproof, so just definitely look for them and read the ingredients, read what they provide, and get samples of foundations too. Don't be afraid to ask for samples if ever you're looking for a certain type and you're just kind of hesitant to splurge money. Now the last foundation I want to talk about is something that is full coverage, something that I like to wear in the winter time, or something that I like to wear for more of a professional look, and it's from MAC. It's their Pro Longwear in SPF 10 in the shade NC40. This is what it looks like. This is the only foundation that I have that is a pump, but this is like great coverage, buildable as well, and it just looks flawless on the face when it's on top of a primer. And I know MAC has great foundations. A lot of people love using MAC products, and as a suggestion, if you're looking for a new foundation, I suggest, instead of going to the drugstore and just like picking a color that matches like your wrist or your hand or your face, go to a beauty counter from like Sephora, MAC, NARS, wherever, and get tested for your foundation shade, so that when you do go to the drugstore, let's say, because this is quite pricey if you go outside of a drugstore buying foundation, when you return to the drugstore, you can compare the different shades that they have at the drugstore with the foundation you purchased that you were tested with. You know what I mean? That's a great tip, and that's a tip that I've been using. All these products that I just talked about, I don't think I even really talked about like the basics of all of them. It's just more of like the things that I enjoy using, which I think I might just keep on going with when it comes to the rest of the Back to Basics September series. I like to apply my foundations with brushes. Now sometimes you can use your hands, like items that are more like the light coverage, because it's light coverage, you can just blend it over your using your fingers, and it's fine because you're done. But for those that are more medium and heavy coverage, you want to use a brush, and you want to use a brush that blends well to your face, doesn't leave any streaks, and is not too harsh on your face too, because you don't want your face to have some type of a reaction to the brush, because there are so many brushes that are out there, and they're made of all different types of hairs too. So I like to use 3 different types of brushes. The first one is an actual makeup brush. It looks like a painter's brush, and this is from Mary Kay. It's flat, and it's also tapered differently so that you can get to like the corners around the nose and around the mouth, and this doesn't streak on your face at all. When you do apply a foundation, what I like to do personally, I like to create dots around my face. So I do like top of the forehead, chin, cheek, and then any excess go to the nose and just go around and dot everywhere. And starting from the middle of the face, I just start blending outwards. Some people like to blend from the neck going inwards, but I find that that just doesn't help, because you want your face to look even. And the thing is that when people look and talk at you, they talk to you here. They don't talk to you on the side. So you want something to have more coverage here, and then it blends out towards your neck. And when you're applying your foundation, you also want to apply it downwards towards your neck. Another brush I like to use is from Real Techniques. It's their Expert Face Brush. Now this is a duo fiber brush, so you can see that there's a little bit white hairs up top and there's black on the bottom. And with this one, it's very soft and it's very smooth, and the product isn't absorbed in this type of a brush. It just sticks. You just stipple the brush onto the foundation when you pour it onto your hand, and then once you start applying it to your face, it just blends smoothly, and it's just evenly, and you don't miss any spots along your face, and just applying it along your neck as well. And this just gives like an airbrush type finish, which is awesome. And I love these type of brushes too. Like there's so many brushes that are out there, from like Sigma, from Crown brushes to Coastal Scent, you know, but I feel like the dual fiber brushes do the best job when it comes to applying your foundation. And the last type of brush actually is a sponge, is the Beauty Blender. It's kind of dirty, mine is, but this is just quickly just tap all over your face and just blend it all out. I can talk about all these products, you know. Some people like to set their makeup, like to set their foundation. You can use a translucent powder, or you can use an actual tinted powder. So for me, the powder that I like to use, like a pressed powder, is from Makeup Forever. It's their Pro Finish powder. In the shade 163. Now this is great. I like using compact powders when I want to like finish my, like touch up my face if it gets oily throughout the day, and you can just throw it into your bag. And what's nice with this is that you can use this either dry or wet. And when you use it dry, it gives a matte finish. When you use it wet, it gives you a dewy finish, which is kind of cool. So that's that. And then people also like to use a translucent powder, and the translucent powder that I like is from Mary Kay. Mary Kay came out with their translucent powder just this past summer. It's actually a big jar. Translucent powder really helps with just like reducing the shine, and it doesn't add more color into your face. And this is really good when it comes to like if you're underneath bright lights, you can use this powder to set everything and just to make everything look even. Another product that people like to use with finishing their makeup and like setting their foundation, making sure it doesn't budge, is using a setting spray. And this is also from Mary Kay. Their setting spray came out also this past summer, and this is actually the same makers who make the Urban Decay setting spray. So this is a keeper. I like using this. I use setting sprays like all the time. With foundation, you can use something that's light, medium, heavy coverage. You can use brushes or sponges to blend it all out on your face. And then when setting it, you can use a powder or you can use a spray. So hopefully this video is helpful for you guys. A lot of the products that I mentioned you cannot find them in the drugstore. You have to find them at beauty counters like either a Sephora or at Nordstrom, Macy's, wherever you want to go, or the MAC store. But I mean, this is a great way to just get yourself into foundation. And now that we're going into fall, some people like to wear heavier foundations because the air is a little tougher, it's crispier, and like their face might get a little like drier. So with foundation, it's always ever-changing. Don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and the next video I will talk about will be more in the concealer. So I hope you guys like this. Stay tuned for the next video, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.